Genesis chapter 13. All right, so Abram went up from Egypt to the Negev. Is that a slide? Yes, it is. Stay there, buddy. So Abram went up from Egypt to Negev, he and his wife and all that belonged to him, and Lot went with him. Now Abram was very rich in livestock and in silver and gold. Abram was very rich after he went to Egypt. So he goes to Egypt and he comes out. Hey, come here. Goes to Egypt and then he comes back very rich. He goes into the world, gets very rich, then comes out of the world. Into the world, gets very rich, and then comes out of the world. That's the principle, I feel like. Abram came out of Egypt very rich. He went on his journey from the Negev as far as Bethel, as far as the house of the Lord, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning between Bethel and Ai, to the place of the altar which he had made there formerly. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord. So famine drives him into Egypt. While he's in Egypt, he gets super rich because he comes out super rich. And then he comes back to the house of the Lord and calls on the name of the Lord. Wow. Now Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. And the land could not sustain them while dwelling together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to remain together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. Now the Canaanite and the Perizzite were dwelling then in the land. So Abram said to Lot, please let there be no strife between you and me, nor between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brothers. Is not the whole land before you? Please separate from me. If to the left, then I will go to the right, or if to the right, then I will go to the left. Lot lifted up his eyes and saw all the valley of the Jordan, and that it was well watered everywhere. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Like the garden of the Lord, Sodom and Gomorrah were like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt as you go to Zoar. So Lot chose for himself all the valley of the Jordan, and Lot journeyed eastward. Thus they separated from each other. Abram settled in the land of Canaan, while Lot settled in the cities of the valley and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked, exceedingly, and sinners against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot had separated from him, now lift up your eyes and look. Now lift up your eyes and look. Getting some revy about Genesis chapter 1 right now. Now lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which you see, I will give it to you and to your descendants forever. Everything that you see, I will give to you. I will make your descendants as the dust of the earth, so that if anyone can number the dust of the earth, then your descendants can also be numbered. Arise, walk about the land through its length and breadth, for I will give it to you. Then Abram moved his tent and came and dwelt by the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Lord. Arise and walk about through the land, through its length and breadth, for I will give it to you. Two massive principles here. Wow. Now lift up your eyes and see. He was to see it. Lift up your eyes. I wonder if he's talking about your physical eyes or your spiritual eyes. See it and then go walk the land. Never forget the Lord when I was moving into Palatine and I was asking, he asked me, what do you want? Be more specific. I told him I want a house in downtown Palatine for $600 a month for rent. And then he had me literally go walk around the perimeter of downtown Palatine to walk its length and breadth, for I will give it to you. Wow, that is incredible. Wow. And then 5 days later, I was moving into my place in downtown Palatine for $600 a month for rent.